welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great today. We are in part 2 of our Timestope review, and we shouldn't have had a part 2, but that is because my camera crashed, right? So my recording device crashed before I could finish, and we had a little bit more to go in our comparison. So where we were some of the covering some of the pros of Timestope and some of the cons in our review. And if this is your first time watching this video, for it to make sense, you probably need to watch part 1 first and then come back up here and finish. But in this segment of it, or this latter part of it, we're just going to now talk about more so the Btcmyk project similarities and comparisons to what you can do with it. And so getting back to some of the comparable cons, one was that these applications, and they run on Android, iOS, and they're downloadable in the Google Play Store, right? That seems to be a disadvantage to many of them, and this happens quite often where your phone, you don't have Android or you don't have iOS or whatever. Most things occur on Android, so it's mostly the iOS people that have the problem. But the bottom line is you can't use it until they create the version of their project or product for that. And so a lot of times you're waiting. I know many cases where people can't access the wallet for a long time. And so that's a con in that you're not going to be able to use it if you're on iOS. Now, what the Btcmyk project, and we're going to talk about some of the advantages. If you don't know what Btcmyk is, it is this Bitcoin fork based on similar ideas like the Timestope and the Pi network. It's basically monetizing the network and the value, right? And the idea of mining, we don't really call it mining. We call it more so parking, but it amounts to the same thing, where you show up on the platform and you hit a button, and in our case, you hit a simulated mining button to start our simulated mining engine. The bottom line is nothing is happening. Everything looks fancy. It's all kind of buttons and gadgets, but you're not really mining anything. And so what we've done instead, Btcmyk, and this is actually a con for it, but doesn't have the real neat looking wallet, apps and mobile devices. But what it is optimized for your browsers on your mobile devices, so that you're able to basically, scroll with your mobile phone, your mobile device, very easy, hitting the 3-prong buttons at the left-hand side. Is something that doesn't appear and doesn't occur on the desktop version. So if you log into the desktop version, you will not see this. But it is optimized for mobile browsing. I'm going to be honest, when you break it down, when it really comes down to it, really that's going to be the most important part, that it's easy to access on your mobile device. We're on a mobile device right now, and you can see you're on the site and you're able to do all those things great. Now let's get you over to the actual section where you do the mobile mining. Let's take you over there. Okay, all right. So now we're here on the site. You go to the menu, and the only thing you want to click is where it says smartphone simulated mining. We'll leave a link directly to that on the site on how to get there. And when you get here, you just see, which basically phones, mining data centers, and basically where the Btcmyk project simulated mine is going to be different from Timestope, going to be different from Pi network, is there isn't really a device limit, right? It's more of an account-based limit. It's more of that you have to basically note all your devices. So you can do what they call smartphone mining with this project, which I think is pretty cool. I think it'll do well for the smartphone mining community. So it is smartphone mining friendly. I'm a believer in that. And so it's different in that capacity. Now, where it does get a little bit different is, even though you see this simulated smarter mining engine, and I'm going to show you how to actually do this when you come here. But how you see this here, um, that really doesn't. It's nothing to that really, right? It's just all for kind of show and fluff. What's happening is you're going to receive so many tokens per 24 hours just by clicking that start miner button and hitting the stop simulated miner button. Okay, so when you hit the start button, you have to hit the stop button, right? And you could do it immediately. You can come back and do it later. It really doesn't matter as long as you do those 2 steps, and to let the system know you stopped the mining session. But basically, if you log on for that day into the site and you activate this with your account, you're going to earn. It's something like you're going to earn something like 2.4 Btcmyk tokens per day, right? Now, the Btcmyk token is different from many of these cryptocurrencies. It's modeled to be like Bitcoin, so it's only going to be so many of them, right? So, and they become ever so deflationary on transactions. They reduce and reduce. So even though as they trade around, they moonlight sometimes around about a penny right now, won't really matter because of the deflationary quality. We believe that may cause the value to go up in the future, as it has. It's went up much higher than that. And it does have an active market that we'll show you. We'll show it to you momentarily after we show you how to do this. But we think you're going to enjoy these systems with a publicly traded market, with the mining engine, where you can have more than one device. We think you're going to enjoy that a lot more than some of these other applications. And we think it has more features. It also has a chat area, as you can see here. So although it's not one of those fancy mobile applications you download from the Google Play Store, and that is a con to the site, that we get a lot of criticism, especially from developers who want jobs, how the site could be improved, right? And I can say this about that, working with this project, that you're never going to have a platform that pleases and serves everybody, right? It's always going to be that guy who, or that opinion about that it could look better, it could do more stuff, right? Is that true? But what we've done is we've put the proof of concept in model with a publicly traded market where it is functional and you can do many of the things we're talking about now. But as far as the bells and whistles, like, those kind of things, we've left this bare bone minimum, right? We've left it very minimal, and we've done that kind of on purpose so we don't run into those things. So we can always kind of envision what this could be in the future. And also, people who are coming in, are free to do development on this as much as they want. You tell us about it. We may even help to fund it with the cryptocurrency if you're going to integrate it in. And, we'd be more happy to have a conversation about that. But let's show you how this works and what you need to do, how ours is different. So in their applications, how it works, is they basically have that downloadable app if you have an Android device most of the time. And you're essentially just clicking a button. And the mining rate may change based on some tier level or tier system. And we have one too, but it works a little bit different, so we're going to talk about it. So what you need to do, if you have more than one device, this is important. When you log in with your account, you have more than one device, you're going to list every device here. Kind of consider that like a bot test, you know what I mean? So we kind of know it's a live person there. When you get your account, you're also going to have a bot detection registration system. So we have several ways to kind of stop bots and, fake accounts, and we have good security and so on and so forth. So what you need to do, just going to show you here. And the cryptocurrency, it's available on Waves, Hive, Steam Engine, Bitcoin Cash. So it's tokenized with a public market on many exchanges. So here's what you need to do that. When you start out, you fill in your account information. You're going to hit start mining, right? Just like I've done there. Hit start mining. You're going to list the devices that you're using. I'm going to just say I'm listing the iOS device, right? which I'm not. It's an Android, but I'm just going to put that. And then once you do that, double check here where it says start mining. It says at a rate of 0.10 per hour in a 24-hour period. That comes to like 2.4 tokens or something. But the reality of the situation is you're not going to actually be mining anything. There's not going to be a runtime. We used to have it set as an hourly runtime, just a big inconvenience for the system. If you check in every day, you're going to get 2.4 tokens by doing these steps. And we're going to show you how to improve that rate daily, like how that mining rate's how you can increase your earning potential, and we'll tell you that in a second. So then you hit submit, right? So you're going to hit submit to start the mining engine. You're going to let that start up and do its thing. And once it does that, let's see what we got. You should get a message saying that your engines are running. Okay, smartphone mining system in use. Tokens generated will be sent to your account every start-stop interval upon reaching 10 tokens, right? So when you get about 10, it'll be hitting your account. If it doesn't, come on the site. We got a chat room. We got live support. We got a Discord channel. All those things. Make sure you contact us. Let us know what happened. That way, we can make sure everything's working as it should. So now, let's see here. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so that's done. Okay. Now, I'm going to hit the back button. Because what we need to do now is once that session is started, you're gonna have a second option to where you're gonna stop it. And when you stop it, that's gonna let the system know your session's over, and then that way you can be you'll be earning your cryptocurrencies that way for your daily check-in, right? So where's that button? That is here where it says stop. So you're gonna check, not start mining this time, but stop simulated mining. So all you're doing is opening a session, closing a session. You do that every day, right? You do that every day. And even if you don't hit the stop simulate, it's easier to do it that way. But if you just hit start and you don't turn it off in 24 hours, it's still going to pay you for 24 hours. The only way you're not going to get paid for that is you don't come back the next day and check in. You won't get paid for that day. So you do need to check in every day, right? To earn the cryptocurrency. I'm going to hit submit. And once I do that, it should close out my session. And it should let us know that basically that it's it's calculating what you've earned for the day then, right? So it's saying that it's a use the tokens generated will be sent. So you get pretty much the same message, but when you check that button and you hit it again, it has basically recorded. In fact, like just hitting start simulated mining, gonna record it every day, but you do need to restart it in 24 hours. So bottom line, come every day and do that. And that's it, you're done. Now, let's talk about real quick how, and I'm going to go here, should have it showing here if I'm in the right section. It should be a referral program. Got the referral leaderboard too right there, but there's actually a, let's see here, not at Btcmyk. That's the referral leaderboard. But there's actually going to show an affiliate dashboard, right? And it's probably not showing it. Some things aren't available because I'm actually not logged in to this. I'm on my mobile device. I'm not logged in. But we have a referral program. It has a dashboard like your traditional affiliate programs. And this is how you earn more tokens. This is what happens. We had two ways to do this. A lot of ways these mobile smart phoning systems or these mobile simulated mining systems, the way they do it is you refer people and you actually earn a lot more. You actually start to earn more on what would be basically how many people are in your group, right, that you referred. And so you actually mine more based on how many people you bring in. We do it a little bit different. We do it based on not so much that you mine more, but what you do is you go through higher token tier levels than the people you refer in, right? So I think it's like after 10, your first referred 10 people, you get something like 100 tokens per referral. And after 10 people, you get like 110, right? And then after you do 20 people, you get 200 tokens per referral, right? So it's a very competitive, very awesome token referral program. And this is how we do it. So instead of doing you just increase your mining rate and how much you mine, you increase your referral rate, how much you refer. Because what this bottom line comes down to is going to come down to how big these networks going to be. And we have promotion, we have advertising, and that generates obviously value throughout the platform and the system. And so as we get to millions of accounts, there's a lot of value going in this cryptocurrency. There's a lot of value around this cryptocurrency. Now, here's the other part that's going to be different, and I hope it excites you, but it's going to be a lot different than what you're going to get with basically your and I even forget their name now, your Pi networks and your your it'll come to me in a second. but let's take you over here and just show you some of the differences right quick. Okay, so it was Timestop. And, that might be part of the problem as well. I worry about these networks that can be so great for the future, the Pi networks, the Timestopes, as it were. But their branding, I worry about their branding. Is this going to be something memorable? Is this going to be something that's going to be important to people? And I think with our project, Btcmyk, it has one of those names that you're not going to forget because it has the Bitcoin branding. But not only that, although it's not a lot of volume, it is a deflationary coin, and as you can see, it has value, it is tradable on Steam Engine. Now, if you know Steam Engine Marketplace, if you heard the Steam blockchain, it's on the Steam blockchain, but we're also on the Fork chain, which is Hive, and we'll take you over there. We're on the Fork chain, which is Hive. We're on the Waves network. We're on Memo, the Bitcoin Cash network, which is a chain. Which is has an exchange on the Bitcoin Cash chain. We have a token there. We have a token on BSV. And we have our own actual chain on Polkadot on the substrate system. So there's a token. I think the token it's been as high as the other month. It was 22 cents, I believe. So has a referral program, has already about 10,000 low-level KYC registered accounts. And in addition to that, it has 14,000 across all the exchanges and wallets, right? So what I like about this is it's a Bitcoin MYK. It's a Bitcoin product, meaning it forks Bitcoin in addition to that. So it gives the opportunity for it to tap into the Bitcoin network, right? So it has all these wonderful things, and I think once people start to promote it, on large scale, because we really haven't done any marketing, we've let it just do its thing organically. We haven't spent any marketing dollars to get to 10,000 accounts, but there's no reason why we don't see ourselves quickly getting to 100,000, a million, 10 million, 100 million.